no, it's muscle
Now,
development. That doesn't mean your tongue.
What was it Betty couldn't say?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I didn't know there was anything she couldn't say.
She's having fun.
Betty or Barbara one that we used to have a little rhyme at what they couldn't say.
She is enjoying tugging that shit.
Lady.
My little dog don't pull everything out.
Hi, lady.
Would you get her in a picture? She's
Hi,
over
lady.
here with
What all went through the... Did you slaughter your own cattle? Beef?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nobody ate beef at that time here. Beef was frowned on.
Story Mott would kill a cow and Cleve go and help, but it's a cow, not a calf. And Cleve would go help him sometimes he'd go to Cuba with him to sell it out, and we'd get a mess or two that way. We didn't care for beef.
We had mutton.
Well, they really wasn't any way to keep it much, Jim. I mean, well, I guess you could have maybe done it like you did pork.
Like you
Like
did.
you do pork,
So,
but there wasn't no
I don't know if you
refrigerators or nothing to keep it in. So.
But could you salt beef and cure it in the same
I
way you
don't
cook
know.
pork?
Whether or not.
See, when we killed our hogs, we salted them and put them in the smokehouse on tables and could preserve, but we would can a lot of it, make up our sausage and can it, and the tenderloin we would can, and what else?
Backbone.
Yes, we would can a lot of the meat. Mom had the pressure cooker. From
She
early
didn't
days.
when I was little.
Well, I was thinking, now before we had the pressure cooker,
That's in
did
the
you
30s
can?
you had.
We had the pressure cooker when Pearl was, you went with me over to Meniere's and canned. I only used
That was in the 30s,
12
so.
or 13 or something.
Yes. Now, before
That
that,
was in
did
the
you
30s.
can the meat?
No, I never did can no meat for that. Now,
Before you had the pressure
Bertha
cooker.
cooked it.
Well, now, Grandma
With water
McCoy
bed.
did, because they'd be up there and she
Yes.
had sausage. I
Yes.
can remember
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Bertha would
Well,
can
any of us
sausage,
would try sausage
Yeah.
and can it.
Can it,
Yeah.
Well, you
But
could do
Bertha,
the
cover it
same
with the lard.
thing. You could do the same thing with the
Bertha canned tenderloin and
Yeah.
everything like that. She canned more meat than I did.
And then the other large pieces of meat, well, usually Papa would sell the hams because we
Him
needed
with
the
that
money.
showing a picture, it doesn't
But the other pieces, the side meat and the shoulders, he would salt down on a table in the smokehouse, and then that would be our meat that we could have fresh.
But we
cooking
used to
with.
have mutton a lot, didn't we? Is that
Not
We
too
killed
much.
one that I
No,
remember.
yes, Uncle
And I
Harvey
couldn't eat it.
had sheep, but I can't remember us having sheep.
What?
much.
Yeah, I remember we had
We
some.
had
did,
sheep.
we
I remember we had
We
some.
had
But
sheep
we
on
had
that.
mutton at times too. I can remember.
We killed it right across right over there where we hung it
Oh.
up on a tree.
Now, I
I
don't
remember mighty well
that.
where we killed it. And
think
that's
we
one
did.
thing about sheep,
Yeah.
you can't let the wool touch it. You do it,
Makes it
makes
happen.
it taste or
Oh,
something.
really?
Yeah.
So it has to be skinned without it touching the
Yeah,
meat.
you don't let it touch the meat.
Oh.
I remember that about it,
Mhm.
how particular they was about holding that wool back to keep it from touching the
Oh.
meat, you know, when it was skinned.
No, I don't remember us having mutton.
That one time,
Well,
we
I
may have
remember
had
that
it
one
for
then.
but I can remember that
Yeah.
one time that we
We
killed
probably
that.
didn't like it that much.
Now
I
Papa
didn't
did. Papa liked
Did
mutton.
he?
Yeah.
I can remember he would want the tallow from the beef. He would want the fat meat to render to get tallow for his leather boots or shoes or harness or whatever, and he kept that in the smokehouse. But probably because they killed cows and they were tough, was why we wouldn't have liked beef.
Well, that's like I said, you couldn't hardly kill it. You couldn't eat all of it. You didn't have no way of
No.
keeping any of it.
That's right.
So you couldn't eat it all
No.
of it. They
A
was so
story
lucky
Mott
to
would
afford
just take his in the wagon to Cuba early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
They go real early and kill one, and he'd take it to
So they just wasn't no, that was the trouble in keeping anything.
Having
I mean,
refrigeration
No
for it.
refrigeration, you know, around.
No way to
do it.
preserve it. And as long as we had the pork, I don't think we thought that much about having something
We
different.
didn't eat that much pork anyway.
No,
Did we, Mama?
well, we didn't eat a lot of meat.
Well, we didn't eat as
Many
much
times.
as a lot of families. We had it nearly all
Some
We
the
had
time.
it,
families
but we
lived
didn't
on
eat it.
here.
Yeah, but we eat more in vegetables, a variety of
I
things.
remember during the Depression, though, brother, we had tenderloin, but we didn't have no flour for about 3 months. We had to take corn patties and put tenderloin between it and take it to school.
Now, I believe that we could have managed different then. I've thought a lot about that. I believe we could have managed to have some if we really wanted to got it.
Well, most of our flour back then, Cleve raised the wheat, but I know.
took it down the mill, had some of it ground.
But
We took cornbread and
I think we could have swapped a hen or two or something else, some flour had we wanted, you know.
People just didn't depend on it as much.
Well, some of them did. Some of the families did. They just didn't get out of it. I guess it's like now.
Lots of children took
in their
cornbread to school because it...
But Leonard wouldn't eat around the others that had biscuit. He went down behind the tree and eat.
No, I can remember Heidi.
They wasn't that many
took
cornbread.
No, they wasn't that many took cornbread.
I didn't remember we was ever out there that long. I know when we hadn't lived here
about 3 months.
Too long, and old Leonard is, I don't know how old he was, but he got sick, and we wanted some flour to make pie or biscuit or something. And I went up Pa's and got a sack. He had the store there, but we wouldn't just go in debt and get a lot of things. But,
that's funny. If I had kids that I thought needed something like that, I'd take it to them.
Well, they didn't know.
He
didn't probably didn't even know it was that.
White staff.
They didn't tell.
Definitely he knew it was that.
Well, see, Jim, what I do, we shell corn, of course, by hand, and then I'd get on one of the horses or mare, and of course go these old dirt roads around here, down here to Banker's Mill. You ever been down there at the falls? Well, between where the road's at and down in there where they had the mill down there. And I couldn't lift a sack of corn no way in the world. They just had to divide it up on there. Well, all I could do going along was the horse would walk, but try to just push it back a little. Then they'd get in there, they'd take it off, they'd grind it, and of course they took part of it for grinding. That's what it's done. They'd put it back on there for me, and I'd come back to the house. I mean, and well, it took a long time to do that.
Oh, well, sure. That was sort of a day's doing
from
to
up
work
yonder where they lived to.
And they had mills like that, and I back up Sparta. They had one back up that way, and
down here at Birch Falls, Lois Eldridge was the miller down there.
Now they didn't have down there the time we was going to Banker's Mill.
No, I remember.
It come in down here.
No, it was gone. It was gone.
I remember one time though, you took the wagon to Pearl Me with you, and went to the mill. I'll never forget that. That was a real fun time for me. Yes, and we went up and then we went up and walked somehow by where that little falls of water where they have
that's what I do. I'd fish her when I'd go.
And Jason Griffin said people talk about Groundhog Day, but he said he's in there at the mill. He could look out over there any day most, and groundhogs would come out and see their shadow. He said they didn't just come out on a Groundhog Day.
Why'd they get that groundhog started?
I don't know, but it's on calendars.
Well, that's just they're supposed to stay in that day.
That one day?
Yeah, they come out the other time.
But I can remember when Papa grew wheat. And the thrasher would come down here and thrash. And remember when we used to chew the kernel and make it into something that would be like a bit like chewing gum? Yes, that would taste so good.
Now, I've got a scar right under there from the cradle when I was little, trying to cradle, and I couldn't stop it, bringing it around the cradle, and it come on around and cut me right underneath there. There's a scar right under there.
What was the cradle?
It was a cradle.
What was it?
For cutting
it's just like it just had a blade down here, and then it had some wooden things up here that caught the wheat when you come around.
Call it.
You just come around with it and cut it, and then you took and
bundled
it up.
For it.
And
a sickle, I guess.
Sickle.
Cradle. It's wheat.
Cradle or sickle.
Well, there's another name I think that I've heard it called. Anyway, we had some of the wheat ground into whole wheat flour. And I can remember Mama making biscuits from whole wheat flour. And until today,
the husk come out down there into the mill.
Well,
it has
I
to
mean,
be
if it's whole wheat, it has to be refined down to make the white flour.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now it does.
But until today, I buy whole wheat flour, still trying to make biscuits taste like them, and I can't. I'll never have a biscuit.
Well, you ain't that age, and your taste ain't the same.
I suppose.
I got to reading about that, and they
But
said
I
that's
can
one
remember.
reason said your taste
Is
bud
that the
changes.
reason? Well, I know
Your
my
taste
a lot
bud
of things
changes
don't
with
taste
age, and
good.
that stuff never tastes like it.
Maybe, but
You
those
think the same
biscuits.
thing. I read this piece and it said it wouldn't taste like it because as you get older, you.
Yes, I suppose. But they were so special. I remember.
Well, I thought the reason that the roasters didn't taste good like they used to was the seasoning, because I used to fry meat and fry the corn in. And the
I'm
other day,
fried down.
I fixed some yesterday, last night like that. It just don't have the same
Yeah, but
taste.
meat don't taste. Hog meat
Well,
that
I've
you
not
buy in
eaten
stores
enough to-
don't taste like our old hogs
Don't
that
think
we
it
kill.
Cause they're
Did y'all
tender.
have family meals back then? I mean, would all five of you would
Always
sit
sit
down?
at the table together.
Everybody, if one was in the field, one of the men's out working late, everybody
They
waited.
waited.
Everybody ate at once. And when we lived up there when I was a child, it was 5 of us in family. We had 6 plates and no 2 matched. One was a bread plate, and every one of the rest of us had our own plate, our own place at the table. And if I was out in the field till half an hour after dinner's ready, we waited. We never nobody sit down and eat till it was all there and ready at once.
Oh, we had our own special places at the table.
Oh, for sure. And hands had better be washed.
Well, I guess I don't like to eat.
Well, there were certain rules. I mean, it was, and today, table is sort of a place for conversation, but we were taught to eat and keep quiet. I mean, I don't remember us having a lot of family conversation at the table. It was children were taught to
Not
be
only the
quiet.
time men learned got the whipping. I got the big whipping and learned got whipped. Whoa, patting about me.
I know what you were
Oh, what's
fighting
that
about. You had a button with a string, and it was discussion who it belonged to, I think.
Mine, I guess.
I'm not sure who it
Was it
belonged to.
mine?
They probably had a lot more temper then than you did later.
Oh,
We
yes.
talked about
He
that.
was very different.
Not back then. He
Completely changed.
Yeah.
He gave Pearl the hardest whipping that I remember ever having, and I was afraid to say anything. She went home to Finley Hudson's one Sunday, and we had Sunday school over here at Old Chapel. And they had on the slip, more to it than a lot of the dresses now, had the piece over the shoulder and all. And I don't remember what kind of dress she had on, but I told her when she got there to pull her dress off to play in her slip. And after she come home that evening, he found out he'd give her a real whipping. But
I don't remember that.
It was right at the end of the house. We were sitting out there in the yard. But I was afraid that he was, of course, he just didn't want her out in the public like that without her dress on. That's why he did it.
And you couldn't tell him that you had told her to do it?
Well, that wouldn't have done much good if I'd said anything had to make him mad. But he didn't have temper the
Oh,
last
no, he changed.
25 years or something
He
in his
changed
life. But now he did have temper when
Totally.
we were first married.
Like two different people.
Of course, we never did have our ups and downs like that, and he never did whip you children a whole lot. But
What we got.
when you got him, he whipped you.
Did you use a strap?
No way on
Razor
used a
strap
razor
about
strap.
this wide.
But I don't know
That
if he
long.
ever left any marks with him. I don't
He
remember.
had a switch
Didn't need
too.
that night after the table.
He had a switch
blue.
too.
I was blue for days from that.
I remember that.
Seems like I can't remember.
Well,
that.
you and Rowena went in the kitchen and cried. You
Well.
afraid to say anything.
And he came there and said, "You shut up, or you'll get the same thing." And I remember we were
I couldn't.
scrambling.
Boy, I thought he was going to kill me. I was a pretty big girl.
Yeah.
I remember it well.
I was bigger than Scott.
I remember it very
But
well.
just very few times that he ever got mad and whipped you and like that. But he did used to
And
have.
Mama, she just whipped me the other day.
I whipped you 20 times when I go down there to wash. I'd say, Leonard, stay out of that branch. I'd turn around to wash in there. You was in the branch. I didn't want you to get your clothes wet.
Why would it hurt him?
I tried to keep him clean.
That's the truth.
I did. I
Keep him clean.
I tried to
She
keep
did.
him
I guess
clean.
she whipped me 20 times.
Didn't
that
kids
day.
get dirty back in those days?
Well, mine didn't
No.
much. Now, mine
Well,
did.
don't you remember we weren't allowed to make mud pies and play in the mud?
No,
We're
I
allowed to do
thought you
anything.
needed to keep children clean.
Yes.
And you understand, them playing. One time Willie Mae changed Daddy, give her a bath and put her on clean clothes, and Rowena Cole was out here, and Willie Mae took her out there in the yard and set her down in the sand. And that like killed Rowena. Daddy was so clean and nice, and Willie Mae just set her down there in the sand. Let her play.
Sure.
But I did keep you clean now.
Too clean.
Yeah, I was
What's on their mind
too
now?
It
particular.
was. It's too
I was
clean.
too
I mean,
particular.
we couldn't do nothing.
No, because I just
Get
didn't want
dirty,
you
get
to get dirty.
I'll make up for it now. It's like out here in the fields. I get right down my bushes on and the
Well,
dirt on my knees.
it wasn't
and
to
stuff.
hurt
I said,
then.
"Just
You
walk,
enjoy it.
keep her and
Right.
rest of it."
But I
Right.
Had to pay for it when I was little. so-
Now you know where I got my drive with you, Jim. Though Jim did.
But no, there was some children went so dirty. The clothes would just slick over. And
No, you have to appreciate.
Well, there's extremes
appreciate
both ways.
I know
I
it.
mean,
It's
so,
extreme both ways.
Yeah, I'd say it grew in all of us. Cleaning it.
Yes.
But
I'd rather be too
And I'm
clean than too
glad.
dirty.
it didn't in me.
Yes,
I
it
watched
did.
it when I started.
Still rebelling.
I'm still rebelling.
Your clothes was all starched and ironed.
We'll get some mud. Let him make a mud pie after a while, Pearl.
And the first line that I ever had to hang clothes on, I was having somebody for dinner one day, work hand. But I was ironing. We always iron when we was cooking because we put iron on the stove and use the same wood. I went right up there at the road and cut little dogwood sticks about so long and fastened the wire around them. And in the room where we stayed there before the house burned, behind the door where the bookcase is, I put me a string or wire or something right across there. And I'd iron your little dresses.
And that was your
That was where I
clothes
hung.
hangers.
I thought that was so pretty to see them little stars. That's the first time I'd ever had anywhere to hang them. But I would, when Pearl was a baby, I would take flour sacks. All of their flour come in cloth sacks. And I'd color them light green or some kind of salt color and make her dresses out of them. And I'd clean her up every evening before the school teacher would come in. She had on a little starched dress.
School teacher stayed with you?
Yeah, school teachers, they was sure 4 or 5, maybe 4 did here in the fall. Just one at a time. Well, one time I had 2. Had a boy and a girl one fall. But it was the rest of the time it was just one. But I always seen the houses cleaned up and the children was clean before the teacher got home to eat. But now my house didn't get dirty then like it does sometimes now. Belle Melroyd said the first time she ever come to our house, Rowena was sitting on a newspaper by the fireplace eating a piece of cornbread. She said she can remember it so well that she was sitting there, just a little kid sitting there on that piece of newspaper.
My kids would have scratched up the newspaper and had it in wads before they ate the bread.
And you know, that's sort of ridiculous, wasn't it?
Well, I just never give them something to eat and turn you
I
loose.
know it, but that
The
just,
grandkids that way.
that just
Now, my
people
grandchildren
down.
never got on the bed.
No.
That's one thing. They
That's
never,
right.
they never did get to
You
play
can
on the
say.
bed. And one,
Boy, I've told mine, I've made up for that. I guess that burned me out. We've always used our beds. We won't lay down anytime.
I
Crossways,
never
not
did.
make
Jump
them
up and down on it
yeah.
and whatnot.
I never
I
did
said,
let the children.
no,
But you know one reason why, though, Mama. We had a feather bed in the early days. All right, if you sat on a feather bed after you fluffed it and made your bed, well, the whole bed was wrapped.
I know it. It was all you. It wasn't like it is now. Sit
No.
down there and get up.
And they come back in its shape. If you would put anything on the bed, on a feather bed, well, you spoil the whole appearance of it.
And
being
then
leather.
so many children in so many homes had on dirty clothes and they get on the beds and the quilts. And now I'd use
Yeah, but we was
sheet.
clean. You
Yes,
can't
I
say
know
that.
it was clean, but I didn't want my bed so wet. I've left my dishes and go to the field or something, but I never left my beds unmade.
But you know, did you know really, leaving beds unmade every day and letting them air is one of the best things to do.
It
You
might
don't
be.
change them every day. When
But
you put all that back up
Right
there,
there with
you only
7 or
got
8
beds
quilts.
unmade and let them air out. They're
But
much
I
better than they
never,
are
and
made.
now I never leave my bedroom till my bed's made in the morning. And I always,
No, Jim's bed was always made.
Not now.
He's learned it should air during the day.
Leonard taught me that, and I leave mine a lot of times.
Well, that's the way.
Yeah.
Just
He
both
says
leave
it
it.
won't air out if you don't leave it unmade.
well, they
right.
didn't too much with so many quilts and everything on them.
They won't air out if they're made up like that.
And
I'm
then
strictly for being healthy.
a lot of times back
Sanitary.
then, they didn't have a gown to pull off. You slept with some of your clothes on that you got up the next morning and kept on.
Or
And of course the bed.
you wore it the next day.
Sure. They most of people
You
did.
didn't know I slept naked all day. Well, I
You
didn't sleep
sleep
naked.
in union suits. And
Sleep
get
in
up.
union
I
suits.
didn't have not in the
Long
summertime.
man.
Well,
I
I'm
never
talking
slept.
about winter.
Well,
Slept in your overalls, I guess, in the summertime.
the summertime was.
No, in the summertime you did, but in the
Birthday
wintertime,
suit.
a person would sleep in the clothes.
Not
they
when you
wear
was a little boy.
Yeah, I did too.
No.
Yes, I did
No.
too.
We weren't allowed to go back in that
No.
little bedroom, so I
No,
couldn't tell
I
you.
did.
Well, that was after he got bigger.
We're so restricted. I tell you.
I know it. It's awful.